Hi. This person just ignores you. Perhaps they're too busy to chat. Okay. It's funny that I can walk right up to their overlord. I want to be well fed when I encounter Alunda. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that looks like a dwarf fortress resort. Hi, can I take some of your food there? No? Okay. You are kinda small. A lean, intimidating man dressed in expensive silk clothing watches you carefully as you approach him. Stop right there. That is close enough. He speaks with an accent that originates from the deserts of Baria. I am Alunda, Sovereign Supreme of the Astral Range. As you do not appear to be a spice trader, I assume you have come to seek passage through my lands, correct? I'm here to end your tyranny and free your prisoners. I've come to trade, actually. Alunda crosses his arms and looks you a look of both suspicion and contempt. Look at me, he says with a booming voice. I am surrounded by gold and silk. The air in my home is filled with exotic spices from the far reaches of Eschalon, and I have an army of loyalists at my call. And you are dressed as a second-rate grave robber and smell as if you're in need of a bath. What could you possibly have to trade that would elicit even more a bit of curiosity from me? I've brought you the head of your enemy. Alunda appears puzzled at first, but after looking it over soon realizes whose head you have. This is the wretched Frog King of Mirkland, yes. Ha! Ha! Alunda appears genuinely happy, a mood that is probably rare for him. I know exactly where I will mount this. Everyone will know there is not a king or peasant in all of Eschalon who can insult the great Alunda and live. Alright, you've done it. You have surprised me. Where is it? Ah, what can I do for you? One second. No, give me the other head. Actually, I was hoping to speak with one of your prisoners. It will only be a short visit. Alunda looks suspicious. One of my prisoners? Who? Karamiklan. Alunda seems taken back. You wish to speak with Karamiklan? This is not a request I would grant even my most trusted lieutenant. What is it you wish to speak with him about? My business is my own, but I only seek wisdom that he is said to possess. Have I not earned your trust by bringing you the head of your enemy? Alunda pauses, looking at his stinking head lying at his feet. I suppose so, stranger. All right. I shall grant you 5 minutes with Karamiklan, but not a second longer. If you attempt anything foolish, I will set my entire army upon you to cut you into scraps from my dogs. Thank you, great Alunda. Alunda walks into his living quarters and pulls a lever, opening the nearby steel doors to his dungeon. He doesn't say a word to you when he returns. He simply nods and motions to the open doors. Thanks a lot. The interior of Alunda's dungeon is dry and not as cold as you imagine it might be. There's a pungent scent. No, wait, what direction do I go? In the air, somewhat like sulfur. The main hall from the end is clean and well maintained. Well, that's not it. I'll give him the other hand. Oh yes, there was a second floor king, by the way. Greetings, Sir Jamo. When one looks at this dungeon, doesn't contain any prisoners. The cellars are empty and clean, and they do not look like they ever held a single person. Oh. Would have been nice if you told me, yeah, and go to the left, by the way. How are you doing? Oh, I guess I have to check the... A painting of a 10-headed serpent. Meta slays the serpent of the acrid wastes. A painting of a barren warlord hung from a cross. The caption reads, the Pale King is crucified after being captured and having survived 658 arrow wounds in the Battle of Northrock. A painting of a ghostly figure rising from a grave. The caption reads, Atana rises from the underworld after serving 100 years for killing his father. So I guess I need to add these up. Luckily I have something open here. So lower is 10 plus 658 plus 100. Yeah, I want to keep the other side for myself. It's nice and slimy. A painting of a Bavarian prince fighting a battle. The caption reads, Prince Wunda stands alone against Serod's famous 1001 infantry. 1001 plus 1800 plus... Vergus gives 1800 sheep to an enemy clan to ensure they survive the harsh winter, so they could be properly defeated by his forces in the spring. What? Okay. A painting of a barren warrior with the warmest walkover said the caption which Termonus lives a 750 pounds walk off a child's leg. Okay. So let's try 768. 76. I should save before I open the last door. Okay. That's not it. 35516 for Jamo. That's a trap! Read the test on the wall. What? The text on the wall? Which wall? There's a wall? I didn't move a lever here in this area. Maybe I don't need to add the tendon. Oh, let's make 758. Why not? Bottom left? There was a lever? Sorry, Alunda, I have to steal one of your torches. No. There's no lever in this cell. The way through the second gate of immortality is the removal of all fear. From the totality of valor, I have to subtract it. 548 it is. Or not. Damn it. You took more than 5 minutes. Out with you. I didn't even see him. You fucking asshole. Suck my dick, Alunda. Tina rises from underworld after serving 100 years for killing his father. The Pale King is being crucified and captured after having survived ever wounds. That's valor. Meta slays the serpent of the acrid wastes. Oh, it would be 668 568 should be it. Ten-headed with one serpent? That would be mean. Well, let's say it this way. It's definitely 5 in the beginning. Five 9, 5 8, 6 8, 4 8. Five 5 8. Subtract no, add no. 1 9 1 9. The hell? You need a potato for this little bad man. He will figure it out. Baron Warlord hung from a cross. The Pale King is crucified after being captured and having survived 658 arrow wounds in the Battle of North Rock. 658 arrow wounds. I like it that they are... Okay, then I have the ghost. Oh, come on. Ataena rise from the underworld after serving 100 years for killing his father. Do I need everything? No. What was the text of the first gate? And the first gate was easy, it was just adding up these three. The sum of a man's valor. Oh, so I have to subtract the this lower part from the upper part? I love riddles like that. So we have 1001 plus 1800 plus 750 minus 658. Minus 100 minus 10. 278. Oh, thanks. I'm not really good at head calculating. 278. Ah! Thanks to Chamber. Save again. Gold. Oh! Hi! I didn't expect you to be a dragon. From within the darkened chamber ahead, you hear the low, thunderous growl of an enormous beast. Its eyes pierce the darkness, carefully watching as you approach. The moment you step into the antechamber, a great serpent pulls himself forward atop glistering mounds of gold coins. Sticking his head through the chamber threshold. What have we here? The great beast asks in a voice that shakes the stone walls around you. A visitor. A thief? State your intention, human. I am a searcher of a prisoner here in the dungeon. His name is Karamiklan. Would this be you? Yes, because it's actually up here in the description box, so you know that's me. Would this be you? The creature extends his head forward a bit more, bringing his snout within an arm's reach of you. As he inhales deeply, the air around you is quickly drawn away, which nearly sweeps you from your feet. He smacks his tongue inside his mouth to taste the air, and then seemingly satisfied with the results, he finally responds. Yes, I am called Karamiklan the Silver, last remaining dragon of the West Winds. I know why you have come to see me, but to tell me my own words, I so rarely get to talk with outsiders. An acquaintance of yours named Erebor has sent me. We seek your guidance. Erebor. I haven't heard that name in a half-century. How is that old codger these days? He is still playing around with these ridiculous crystals, I see. Well, yes. We need to know what insights you have with the Crux crystals in the Oracle. Eschalon faces a horrible cataclysm soon if we do nothing to prevent it. Karamiklan grunts. Yes. I know what is happening out there among the world of men and dwarfs. I can see it all from here. We are coming to the end of this age, and this game of stones you've been playing demands that its final conditions be met. So, human, ask of me what you want. My role in this is to share my knowledge before I'm gone, so all my knowledge is yours to have. Oh god. Plot dump. What do you know about the creatures we call the Oracle? Ah, the Oracle. Those mysterious little beings of myth and lore. Their origin is far less mystical than you might imagine. Nowadays, in our timeline, this cataclysm will occur. When it does, all life will perish except for a few creatures who delve deep underground. Yes, even a few isolated groups of dwarves will live through the cataclysm, whilst they mine deep in the darkness of the mountains. Those few dwarves will likely not even be aware that such a horrible cataclysm has occurred at the surface. Are you telling me that the Oracle are dwarves? No, not any more than a butterfly can still be called a caterpillar. After this event passes, contaminated water trickles down from the surface of the underworld. Contaminated water trickles down from the surface to the underworld and slowly affects these dwarves. Unable to return to the surface, they will mutate as the centuries pass them by. Their eyes will grow large in the darkness and their bodies become frail. During these years, they will toil away on their machines and become even greater masters of engineering. Generation after generation, they will craft new technology and learn to utilize the energy of Candicium in ways unknown to us now. When they finally emerge from the underworld a millennium later, they will be ghostly, small beings who no longer remember their dwarfish heritage. They will truly be out of place in this strange new world. What can I tell you of this approaching cataclysm? The cataclysm approaches as a natural event. Great pressure builds inside of Eschalon. It must be vented from time to time. Normally this occurs with little fanfare, perhaps a distant volcano which smolders for a day or two. However, what is about to happen is far bigger than anything before it. An ancient rift to the east has cracked the bedrock clear to Eschalon's core. The unfathomable pressure of the core is driving magma up through the bedrock, and a great volcanic cone now swells high above the rim of the chasm. The explosion is imminent, and the magma boiling within is rich with toxic Candicium. Yes, you know the element of which I speak. The Crux crystals themselves are made of this material. And this toxic Candicium will somehow pollute the world? That is correct. When the eruption occurs, the ejection of molten rock will rip the firmament apart, and it will rain fire, ash, and stone upon every inch of Eschalon. All life will end under the dark cloud of a smoldering sky, and the radiant glow of the Candicium dust. Why is Malchus intent on preventing the Other Oracle from averting this cataclysm? In the distant future, when the Oracle emerge from the underground, they discover that Eschalon is a new and unknown world. The Oracle are a people with no future and no past, stuck in a world they cannot survive in. What remains of the historical text speaks of the cataclysm, which originally trapped their ancestors underground. With no future ahead of them, they decided to travel into the past to stop this cataclysmic event from occurring, hoping to undo the curse that they believe nature watered onto them. Gathering 4 powerful Candicium stones that they mined during their centuries underground, they devised a machine to travel back in time. However, they overshot their arrival date by more than 200 years, and their craft suffered critical damage which needed to be fixed to complete their mission. And this is when they divided the Crux stones apart to keep them safe while they worked to fix their craft? Precisely. They knew it was far too dangerous to keep these stones in close proximity to each other, when they might easily be misused. And so the four Crux stones were each hidden in different corners of the world. Even then, whispers of dissension rattled the Oracle, and the long process of fixing their craft lay ahead of them. And so it was that during this time Malco had a change of mind. He discovered that the Oracle's plan was flawed, and it was foolish for them to attempt to alter the existing timeline. He insisted that they return to the era and live their lives out as fate intended. He even presented evidence to the Other Oracle that they were doing would cause far more harm than the cataclysm itself. But he was rejected as a traitor to their mission. They cast him out. But if Malchus succeeds in returning to his future, we will all die. They will all die anyway, such is the curse of life. The cataclysm will only hasten what the passing years will inevitably succeed in. But Malchus knows that Eschalon must be allowed to vent this pressure, or the sphere will crack apart, utterly ending his world forever. More so, he fears that by creating a timeline loop, the Other Oracle have likely begun a paradox cascade that could shed the entire plane of existence in which Eschalon resides. Oh god, this is getting way too complicated again. Oh. Then why didn't he just let me destroy the 2 Crockstones that I had back in Tal Luthorn Tower? That would have prevented the other Orc from proceeding with their plans. I have 2 Crockstones, perhaps I should just pull them out now and smash them together? I would reduce them to cinders before you could pull them from your back. It is not your place, little human, to make a decision that could affect the entire known plane of existence. Cowan didn't have this authority either. Arrowboy is just another pawn in this game. The fate of these Crookstones is not yours to decide. That this decision will fall to the Oracle who brought them here. I think I missed something. Let me ask him... Malko needs all 4 Crookstones to generate enough energy for him to return to his future. His intention is to arrive precisely as the original Oracle party leaves, crashing his machine into theirs and fusing the broken timelines back together. He will valiantly sacrifice his life to ensure that the paradox does not collapse all of reality as we know it. How is it that you became Alunda's prisoner? The dragon chuckles. That sound is deep and low, making the golden coins around him rattle. I am no more Alunda's prisoner than the sun in the skies. I remain here because of our symbiotic partnership. You see, Alunda simply wants the bragging rights of saying he has a dragon chained up in his dungeon. And I have happily obliged this desire of his. And how does this benefit you? Look at me. I sleep atop an untold fortune of gold coins. The gold makes for such comfortable accommodations, and the mere threat of a dragon protecting Alunda's wealth means I never have to worry about someone trying to steal it. For that matter, if Alunda himself ever tries to take the gold away from me, I would simply vaporize him. All of this really became my gold the day he brought me here. Did I mention the food? I get a fresh sheep brought to me twice a week. I don't have to go out and hunt for my dinner wherever we would be here when Eschalon tried to slay me for a fleeting moment of fame and glory. Yes, believe me, little human, this little arrangement between Alunda and myself has worked out exceptionally well for the both of us. A dragon only needs 2 sheep per week? Oh, that's a little bit low, huh? 2 cows, maybe. A cow a day? Perhaps you're right, but you've also grown too large to leave. You've noticed, have you? Yes, you're correct about that. I lived a very long life, and I'm the last of my kind. This grand dungeon will eventually become my tomb, and thereafter a shrine to the last of the greatest dragon that has ever lived. I have no other questions of my own. Erebor sent me here to seek your advice. My advice? Of all my expensive knowledge, what inside of mine would you like me to share with you? Perhaps most importantly, we must locate the 4th Crookstone. I have located 2, and we know Malko has a 3rd stone. Where is the 4th Crook's crystal? Karamiklan huffs, his breath scattering gold coins as if they were nothing more than grains of sand. Ah, the 4th Crookstone, the missing link. The puzzle piece that everyone seems to be killing each other for. The beast reaches down into the pile of gold just below his chin, dragging his claws back and forth through the shimmering coins. After a few seemingly random passes, he pinches his claws together and pulls from the coins a gleaming blue gemstone. This is what you seek. It is called ubiquity, but you may refer to it as the crux of wisdom. I've had it all along. You have it? Erebor will be relieved to know that the final crux has been safe with you this entire time. The Stone of Ubiquity has passed from one warlord to another since it was first gifted to the clans of Barrier. When Alunda plundered it years ago, I convinced him that it should be held under my supervision, to which he obliged. I've kept it close to me all this time, buried in the gold to keep it out of sight, and prevent it from poisoning me. I believe Alunda has likely forgotten that he even possesses a gemstone, and he certainly never knew the significance of it. I will summon Erebor to come here. He would be pleased to see you and the 2 of you can discuss what we shall do with the Crookstones. I would give it to Malko or whatever he's called. I mean, what the dragon told me sounds reasonable. I mean, we are fucked anyways if Eschalon explodes or just resets. I don't know. Would he be pleased to see me? I'm sure Erebor had hoped to enlist the help of a dragon in his endeavor to secure the Crookstones from Malko. But to what end? To simply hand the stones over to the Oracle so they continue with their foolish plan? I think not. Karamiklan's gaze has not left you since you stepped into this antechamber, and you find it difficult to be aware of anything else while this great beast is focused upon you. However, notice the reflection in his eyes giving away a figure approaching from behind. Before you can turn to see who it is, Karamiklan speaks again. I hope you don't mind. I anticipated your arrival and invited an old friend to join us. Welcome, my dear friend. Today we can finally end this ridiculous war of the Crookstones. Here is the crux of wisdom. Malcolm, my dear friend. Today we can finally end this ridiculous war of the Crookstones. Here's the crux of wisdom. It is an honor to keep it safe for you. Was anything. Thank you, great Karamiklan. History will remember you as a hero. Malco turns to speak with you. But you are more than a hero. You will be remembered as a champion, a savior. I only hope that you will send me for what I've put you through. You are surprised? You do not recall our past because you waste your memory to keep Erebor and Corin from knowing the truth. This has been our plan all along, and despite some setbacks, we still made it here. You're lying to me like you lied to countless others. My duty has always been to keep you from getting these crystals. No, our plan has always been for you to help me secure these stones. You simply don't remember. Everything we have done from the start, has been designed to encourage Erebor to push you towards locating these Crookstones. I was used, kinda like the old lady told me. If this is true, why did you attempt to kill me in Talushorn Tower? I am sorry to have frightened you, my friend. It was merely a ruse for Erebor, who was watching, and I did not intend to send the Crooks of Fire with you to Wilderland. Still, Erebor led you directly to the final missing Crookstone, just as we anticipated. Karamiklan, you deceitful serpent! You've had the fourth Crookstone this entire time, and now you wish to aid the enemy? Erebor turns to you. Shield your ears from these lies. Keep these crooks close to you. Malco will not attack you, for fear he will accidentally destroy them. I am not your enemy, though if I cannot convince you of this now, I will need to destroy you to claim the two stones that you possess. You anticipated this outcome, and have already forgiven me if I must. Erebor begins to cast a teleportation spell on you. Listen to me! We cannot fight Malco here, because Karamiklan is too dangerous. Our forces have gathered at Macross Point. I am sending you there now. This final act must be played out upon the battlefield. Just as you feel yourself being swept away by Erebor's spell, you hear Malco say, It is not too late, my friend. We must save Eschalon from the reckless plan of the Ossa Orakur. Erebor's teleportation spell whisks you from the dungeon. You feel the familiar sensation of rapidly moving to a new location. You're not quite within the physical realm, yet not quite outside of it. Clarity strikes you and you sense that you can control the effects of the teleport. Perhaps it is the Crookstones that you carry giving you the power to command your own destiny. You are aware that you can make a choice. For the first time, your destiny is something you can truly forge for yourself. A decision now rests heavy upon your shoulders as you near the battlefront. Well, I said it before! I'm giving it to Malkur! Do you choose to side with Erebor and fight to stop the approaching cataclysm, or do you side with Malkur and fight to repair the timeline and let the cataclysm occur? I mean, a lot of people told me that it's necessary for the cataclysm to occur. Malkur! It's canon! When you arrive, Malkur's first line is already in place. A division of goblin hackers and archers are moving north. Hi, Kalaka boy. To secure the river. Erebor has charged you with trees and notifies his troops. All of his forces will be targeting you, but you must survive. Well, goblin guys, have fun. This person ignores you, best they're too busy to chat. Fuck you dwarves! Sorry my goblin friends. No, I can do nothing. Oh! No bows hate me! Whoopsie daisy. Okay, no AoE spells. I will just weaken them a little bit. Oops. Yeah. We do. Okay, we just use Spark this time. Wolf Rage! So, you guys are cool. Okay. Have fun. I'm over here. You're currently engaged in a battle for the future of Eschalon. You cannot rest here now. Okay. Oh, my tanks aren't that good. Reinforcements on both sides are arriving. Erebor has called on the Ranger of Elder Oak to aid his cause. Malko has brought herd of Taurax. Okay, can I rest? Okay, apparently not. I'm kinda glad I bought the... The Rangers have arrived! Kinda bothers me, they can only use Spark or so. Wait, I can fireball here. No, I can't fireball it. Weaken everything. No! No! Another way from both sides. Erebor has brought in the alliance of the Dark Steel mercenaries. Marcus summons a skeletal army that Basil crafted for him. Okay. This battle would be a lot more awesome if I had like mana. We have skeletons, we are the good guys. Wait a second. Would be really so much more awesome if my mana somehow regenerates. Someone's a bird of Phoenix hacked by a herd of Tower Spearmaster. Okay, you guys, you have your little fun and I'll just stay here and wait until my mana regenerates. Somehow the other party seems to be winning. I will. We're the good guys. We have skeletons on our side. With both sides depleted of forces, each brings in the final combatant. Erebor summoned a dimensional eye from the ether plane, and Malko brings forth a dimensional eye from the realm of flame. Okay. Have fun. I'm here cutting dwarfs. Target is obscured? Ow, oh god. Regeneration! Erebor's dimensional eye has been slain. Malko's forces are victorious. Hooray! Really? I just have to kill the fucking eye? Through the haze of smoke, dust and spent magic, you see Erebor appear. His eyes pan across the waste of the battlefield before he speaks. Why? He asks. After all we've been through, why did you abandon the cause in the final hour? Erebor lowers his head. I will retreat to the distant lands beyond the great western sea and await the coming cataclysm. I remain convinced that Malko's selfish and reckless plan to stop the Oracle will result in the death of all of us. But I have not the resources nor the motivation to fight for the future of this world any longer. With that, Erebor turns and walks away, disappearing into the lingering haze. Malko stands next to you. You are unsure of when he arrived and are startled when he speaks. You have done so very well, old friend. Do not feel bad for Erebor. He fought hard for what he believed in. It is unfortunate that we could not convince him that our efforts were virtuous. Turning to face you, Malko finally says, It is time. Hand me the crookstones that you carry. With little hesitation you place the stones into his slender grey hands. You are not bound to the crystals. On the contrary, to be rid of the gems gives you a sense of relief that you have not felt in many years. Malko looks to the sky. I will summon my craft. There is no reason to further delay my quest. You can sense that he is satisfied. But you don't share his satisfaction. You feel confused and lost. Who are you? Indeed. How, in the final moments, you turn against everything you spent years fighting for. You can't shake the feeling that you wronged Erebor despite believing that you did the right thing. Somehow you must overcome any feeling of doubt and be at peace with your decision. Rather than staying to see Malko off, you walk away. You sense that Malko is watching you, but he says nothing as you leave. Hazel of Witch, oh no! What does the future hold? For the first time in your life, you don't care. Let the end of the world come if that is what fate chooses. This night you will not sleep, but rather gaze up at the stars and appreciate the beauty of it all. The future is as uncertain as it ever was, and you feel obligated to make the most of it. Tomorrow you will sell all your gear. Perhaps you will buy a boat. You've always wondered what lies beyond the great western sea. There's Erebor! He's going to fuck you in the ass. That's a bad idea. Well, that was the first ending. After that I tried to kill the dragon. That will be fun. Can I kill the dragon? No. I have to say, not a bad game. It was just what, 14 hours total? About 14 hours. I didn't like the riddle with the snow. That one sucked. I really didn't like it. Oh, and you! Yes, you! We made this RPG for gamers like you. Thank you for supporting us. Oh, you know, shouldn't have. The whole time travel thingy, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of these stories. But it was kinda contained at the end. I can live with that. I'm not a huge fan of this. Oh yeah, and the time paradox, and then you do this, and you are not allowed to do this, and la la la, and that's not something I enjoy. Ela is a lead Ubergamer. Here's your final score. Loot score 300. Completed quest score 2200. Superior skill bonus 100. Superior attributes bonus 300. Oh, you didn't meet any of the challenge conditions? I killed so many enemies. How? Kills made using magic 335. Pest trap disarmed. Sublime Armageddon. I only found 11 of 30 secrets. That's sad. Completed only... total game world time 82 days. Well, total reworld time in-game 12.4 hours. That's okay. 12 hours. Can't complain about that. Press escape to exit the screen. Well, let's see. What? Why did I not? Stats and challenges. The true mage. You must never strike a creature or bash an object with a physical weapon. Use magic spells only. Okay. The Hellbringer. I need to kill 400 entities throughout the course of the game. Okay. Well, I didn't manage that. Sure, I can run around and kill 50 more enemies, but nah. Okay, let's do the other ending. Ah! Suddenly super lag. By the gods of dragon! On this day I will smite you, O vile serpent of the underworld. Is that so, he sneers? The great serpent was in a large volume of air. Oops. I have the strange feeling you can't defeat the dragon. I don't know why. It just occurred to me. It just happened, like there was something, a subtle hint. Maybe if I stock up on fire basic gear or so, I don't know. Blah 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 blah. Well, let's side with Erebor. When you arrive, Erebor's first line is already on the move. A regiment of dwarves from the Northern Alliance is beginning to march south to the river. Malko's forces will be targeting you, but you must survive or all will be lost. Dwarf Rage! Stop targeting me! What? Guess him is working during the week. Erebor got in the range of Alder Orc. Malchus was in the head of Taurax. Wolves! To the Taurax! Protect me! You crazy mage! Oh, fuck! Oh, sorry, dwarves! Sorry! At least the rangers still like me. Oh, they don't. Fuck! Oh, fucking fireball! Make it not be hittable by friends. Damn it. Yeah, I have to say playing the cleric was better. At least I had a blood boil spell. I could just spam it and kill the enemies. Just don't have it here. Flash boil. And that was a fun spell. Flash boil. And there we have it. Clerics are superior mages. Because it doesn't want to destroy the two corpses. That's why I didn't use it. Rangers! I will kite them around and you will shoot them from afar, okay? Okay. Hey, Taurax! Your mother is a cow! I don't really care. That's a lot of fun. Girls, you stay on the other side of the river. No, no, don't. Ooh, steak. Of course, the Taurax drop steaks. So we have tanks and rangers. Kill the thingies! Kill the phoenixes! Whoa! And some of the forces of good seem to be a little better. Hi Lola, how are you doing? Your both sets depleted the forces, each brings in the final combatant. Erebor summoned a dimensional eye from the ether plane. Oh! Malchus Dimensional has been slain. Erebor's forces are victorious. Hooray! Through the haze of smoke, dust and spent magic, you see a thin form appear. It is Malchus himself. His gaze meets yours and you hear his voice in your head. We are victims of our own success, old friend. Our plan worked too well. At least we can both take comfort in this fact. Our plan was the superior one. I only hope that you would have remembered before it came to this. Walker holds out a leather satchel holding 2 crookstones. These are worthless without the 2 you possess. He sets the bag upon the ground. I will retreat to the distant lands beyond the great western sea and await the results of Oracore's plan. I am convinced that the attempt to alter the course of nature will end in a catastrophe, greater than the effects of the volcano itself, though I have not the resources nor the motivation to fight for the fate of this world any longer. Everyone goes over the great western sea. With that, Malco turns and walks away, disappearing into the lingering haze. Erebor sits next to you. You are unsure of when he arrived and are startled when he speaks. You have done so very well, dear friend. Malco was a dangerous, diabolical creature, but he is powerless now. We will not pursue him. I am impressed that you did not fall for his lies like so many others did. Turning to face you, Erebor finally says, "It is time. Hand me the crookstones that you carry." With little hesitation, you place the stones into his hands. You are not bound to the crystals. On the contrary, to be rid of them gives you a sense of relief that you have not felt in many years. Erebor looks to the sky. The Oracle will be arriving soon. They will want to thank you, he says cheerfully. But you don't share in his cheer. You feel confused and lost. Who are you? You can't shake the feeling that you were merely a pawn in an elaborate game between 2 masterminds. Maybe none of it was true. Perhaps this whole thing was nothing more than a challenge between 2 aging wizards, hellbent on proving was the more powerful manipulator. Rather than staying, you turn and walk away. You sense that Erebor is watching you, but he says nothing as you leave. What does the future hold? For the first time in life you don't care. Let the end of the world come if that is what fate chooses. This night you will not sleep, but rather gaze up at the stars and appreciate the beauty of it all. The future is also uncertain as it ever was, and you feel obligated to make the most of it. Tomorrow you will sell all your gear, perhaps you will buy a boat. You've always wondered what lies beyond the great western sea. This whole great western sea thing is kinda hinting at a sequel or so. Well, that was the second ending. It wasn't that different from the first. Yeah, suddenly a dragon swoops in and eats you. Too bad. Game over. You died. Get fucked. That and selling all your gear, yeah. Well, I had like 10,000 gold over. I didn't really have that much gear. I mean, I had a necromancer hat. And that's kinda it. And you burn your spellbook. You burn your spellbook, you hit your head, you forget everything that you learned again. Be happy, get fucked. Final score, 5,400 blah blah blah. You can also capture this stream by pressing P, yeah. Most damage delivered in a single physical strike, 6. Bam! 6 damage. Kills made via portcullis. Oh, you can actually dungeon master the enemies. Okay. The problem is I have no idea what I want to play now. Let me think. Let me check my calendar. I'm not sure if I will be streaming Friday. The next time I'm streaming will be next weekend. That's interesting. No, I'm pretty sure I will be streaming Friday. She doesn't leave that early, that late. There is a game I started that I wanted to add. I didn't stream it. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, the thing is time-wise. I don't want to start another huge, epic, long game that takes 5 days to complete when I can't, well, complete it in a timely fashion. But I have something. I will stop the stream, I will get something to drink and prepare everything, and then I will be back, okay? You guys stay here. Don't run away, okay? Okay. I'll be back.